the
This
ERP and
conference
EWM.
will now be recorded.
Okay, and then there is a thing called warehouse process type and a storage process. Okay, and the storage strategies. Okay, these are the couple of things, and we can easily understand. Okay, once you maybe hardly 2 to 3 hours of time is sufficient for. Okay, we can discuss on that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for your introduction. Okay, myself is Raju and having around 11 years of experience in SAP and more than 5 years in SAP EWM and somewhat at the TM side also. TM backend like BOPF concepts like not in the front end side, but backend I have worked for the TM as well. Okay, so coming to the EWM, so I got a chance to work on almost all the areas in the technical areas and various process I've used, have worked. And coming to these kind of industries, like I worked for automobile industry and pharmaceutical industries as well. Okay, so let us move to the course content first. Okay. Yeah, I think you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So anyhow, most of the people are from the functional background. Okay, so these two topics are mostly not necessary because okay, this is related to the warehouse overview. So this is exclusively designed for the technical people. Okay, who they want to understand that what is a warehouse, what are the different arguments in the warehouse. Okay, how we are going to link with the ERP system. Okay, what are the essential features in the warehouse solutions, right? So we are using the SAP EWM and we are also having a couple of other warehouse solutions, correct? So we have the Oracle related, Microsoft related, and we have the third party warehouse solutions also, right? So that kind of some information, and this is belongs to various processes. What is the inbound process and what is the outbound process and what is the production integration and what are the internal process and what are the underlying things. So we know, right, we have the simple inbound process, right? So directly put away after the goods receipt. We have the complex inbound process as well, so we are going to use the storage process, right? We are using the deconsolidation, then we are going to maybe any counting kind of thing, then we are going to put away kind of thing. And similarly in outbound process also, we are also having the complex and simple. Simple means we're directly picking and packing and goods issue. Complex mean we'll be using the wave processing kind of thing, right? So like that, various processes within the warehouse. The two maybe standard process. Okay, we are not deviating any standard here. It's not like any custom solutions we're implementing. How standard we are doing it. Okay, and coming to the internal warehouse process, we have the plenty of the things, right? Ad hoc moments we have, physical inventory we have, transfer posting we have, and stock transfer we have, right? So all the end-to-end process will be explaining this one. Okay, so anyhow, we no need to discuss much, right? Because you guys are already aware of this one. And from here onwards, it is purely related to everyone. Okay, so first one is the tools. Okay, what are the different tools in SAP EWM? Okay, you guys already started maybe already utilizing these particular tools. The important things are three. One is SAP Monitor, Post Processing Framework, and Radio Frequency. Okay, so these tools having the specific architecture. Okay, when we need to implement any enhancements or we need to create any customized solutions within those tools, how we are going to do. Okay, so we'll be seeing the architecture. Okay, how the technical components are arranged, and if you want to do enhancements, what are the things we need to know first, then how we are going to implement that one. Okay, so we'll be seeing the various examples in each and every tool. Okay, let's say it is a SAP Monitor. So in SAP Monitor, I want to add a custom fields to the existing monitor. So how we are going to do? Otherwise, I want to add a completely new custom node. So how I need to approach. Okay, so that kind of thing we are going to do that one. Even will be performing the certain operations in the monitor, right? So let's say for example, we'll be displaying the warehouse task, and we have the special action that confirm the warehouse task or cancel the warehouse task or print the warehouse task, like that, right? And if you want to add your own action to the existing SAP monitor, how we are going to do? Okay, so that will be saying. Next will be PPF, post processing framework. Okay, so this is the second tool and very frequently utilized, right? Almost several, each and every document will be having the PPF, right? So what is the architecture and what are the different technical objects under this one, and if you want to implement any custom or enhance any existing, how we are going to do. Okay, so that is a post processing framework. Okay, and next one is the RF, radio frequency. Okay, so here also same thing. What is the architecture? How you can arrange your logical transactions to the existing monitor? Okay, how you're going to build your custom RF transaction? Okay, and how you're going to build the menus, and what is the display profile? Okay, what is the presentation profile? So, and how we are going to generate the ITS? Okay, so all those things we're discussing in the radio frequency tool. Okay, and work center, maybe still we are using the only standard always. Okay, it could be a packing work center or deconsolidation work center. Okay, but sometimes we are going to do some enhancements to the work center as well. Okay, so we may add a new tabs to the existing scanner screen. Okay, and in the detailed display screen also we may add our custom nodes. Okay, so that kind of thing, how we are going to proceed. Okay, that is the work centers. Okay, so we have the packing station, right? Packing station and deconsolidation work centers. Basically, ideally, we'll be using in respect to inbound and outbound process. Okay, and next one is
Uh,
integration with these. Yes,
Sorry,
please.
Raju, I want to interrupt here. Yeah.
Mhm.
You'll be showing with help of some live examples or a generic process like how to add those things or with the business
Uh,
examples.
yeah, ideally, I'm doing with the existing examples what we did for our projects. Okay, but it seems to be a generic for you. But ideally, we have done some examples from our projects earlier.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
thanks.
it is completely depending on the business to business, right? If it is a retail business, one kind of enhancements will do, and if it is a automobile industry, one kind of enhancements. So it is purely depending on, because some of the industries we may think that this enhancement why it is needed, but what will happen if you're going to the specific industry kind of solution? Definitely some kind of additional data we need to keep, and additional custom programs will be writing, right? So it is completely
Yeah.
depending on the kind of industry.
Okay. Thanks.
Because I have seen a plenty of differences between the automobile industries and pharmaceutical industry. So pharmaceutical industries actually they are mostly they have extended the outbound side. Okay, they're using the cartonization planning and shipping side. They're using this because even the warehouse structure is very complex. Okay, and in outbound process, it's not like a straightforward loading from the warehouse complex to truck, and in between there are several warehouse complexes. The item whatever your packet, right, it will be moved from the one building to another building and another building to one more building, and finally they are loading onto the truck. So in this time what will happen, they have used the layout oriented storage control. Initially picked done, packing is done, and labeling is also done, but because of the complexity of the warehouse structure they keep on moving the item from one location to another location even after completion of everything. Okay, so because how the physical warehouse is arranged and how they're planning to do all the activities, based on that one we need to develop our custom solutions. Okay, if it is a simple warehouse, directly pick the item, pack it, load it, done, right? Because truck is directly located on our warehouse complex, there is only one building. But sometimes there are so many buildings, item has to go through several checks. Okay, finally we can load it. So definitely we need to move, we need to create a backend several warehouse task. Okay, keep on confirming that one, and finally we need to perform the goods issue. So that is also depending on the warehouse complex, like industry plus warehouse complex. Okay.
Yeah, and you'll be touching the configuration part also, or purely the technical side, or it's
Uh,
mixed. Like, for example, if I talk about RF, so we have to do some configs also, or in work center, we define the work center layout or something. So those will be
Definitely, yeah.
included, or only the
Yes,
okay.
configuration as well. SAP monitor, PPF, and RF
Uh,
and work center. It is a
yeah,
semi-configuration, semi-development, right? So 60% is the development objects, 40% is the configuration. So we'll be touching each and everything. What are the different configuration activities we have to perform before starting our development? And once you complete your development objects, where we need to configure them. Okay, maybe let me show you in existing, like, okay, this is the existing batch Excel sheet. Now you can see that how we are going to build our application. Okay, and we would like to differentiate the some of the existing programming modules and how the RF like this, and coming to the configuration. Okay, like this we'll be explaining each and everything. Okay, because configuration is essential right here. So here you can see that how we are going to design your logical
yeah,
transaction.
correct. But I see like most of us are well versed in application side, so I think we are all very confident. So I think we need more of the technical side, I guess.
Yeah, so PPF, RF, and monitor, what are the, especially in the tools in the EWM side, we must have the both the knowledge. But configuration is one-time activity. Once we are aware of it, it is common for all other objects in the respective area, right? Let's say SAP monitor. If you are already aware of the how to configure a node, then how many nodes you are creating, it is a common configuration. Okay, so that we'll be discussing. Okay, so all the essential parts we'll be discussing. Okay, no worries for that. What are the configuration steps we need to do? Okay, any questions? Any questions here? Okay, so it include the configuration plus development both. Okay, exclusively for this one, not for regular configuration like what is the warehouse structure and what is the strategies. It's not like that. What are the configuration are necessary for this particular tools? Okay, we'll be discussing. Even we'll be segregating the development in two ways. Okay, what are the list of configuration activities and what are the list of development activities, which can be started first, which can be started next, like this. Okay, every development object will be discussing first. Okay, these are the configuration activities, this is the necessary for this one, like that. Okay, we'll be discussing in such a way. So everywhere we'll be segregating here. Let's say for example, here you can see that what are the configuration activities. Okay, what we need to do, like this we'll be discussing. And similarly, what are the development activities, you can see that what are the objects we need to build first, we'll be discussing, then we'll be starting it. Okay, I think is it your question, right? So your question is clear, right? Or any additional questions?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
it's clear.
yeah, okay. Okay, so in a monitor, maybe in a PPF also we'll be doing the same thing. So we'll be segregating it. Okay, so development objects, and let me show you. Here you can see that how we are going to do. Okay, yes. Any other questions for anyone? Like actually almost 70% of our entire curriculum or course, so we'll be discussing with this one. Okay, we'll be discussing, but in order to work on this one, there are essential things, okay, that we need to see. These are the basic coding things. Okay, so we need to see that what are the different tables we'll be using in EWM, okay, for each and every document, and what are the different function models available, classes and methods available, how we are going to work with this. Okay, so we'll be writing program for each and everything. Okay, how to create a warehouse task, what are the function module, what are the data we need to supply. Okay, and there is an inbound delivery report. Okay, what is the class and what is the method, how we are going to supply the input, and how we are going to retrieve the output, and how we are going to formulate your final output, like that. Okay, for doing the goods receipt, what is the class and method we are using, and what is the program for that, how to write a sample program. Okay, so we'll be seeing all the programs one by one, and what are the programs basic logic. Okay, I can say that it's a core logic. Then we'll be applying same thing here, right? Either it is a monitor or a PPF or RF, what we'll be doing ideally. So let's say for example, confirm the warehouse task. We have so many ways. Either we can do it from the monitor, we can do it in a PPF, we can do it in RF, we can do it in a normal custom program, we can do it in a standard transaction like TO confirm transaction, like that, right? So first, what is the core logic here? How to confirm the warehouse task? What is the function module and what is the data we need to give that? First, if we understand that one, then we can apply that logic everywhere. Okay, similarly, changing the delivery or maybe get the delivery details, so we can use everywhere. So first we need to understand what are the different function models and classes tables we'll be using, how to work with those. That code snippets we'll be discussing first, then we'll be entering into this particular tools. Okay, maybe let me quickly show you. Okay, some
Yeah,
sample program.
hello, hello, Raj, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah. So I have like few clarification I just want to know.
Mhm.
One is that like as you as already mentioned, right? Basic, like most of them are like most of the candidate who are here know the EWM process, right? So
Right.
how much class or how many hours we are going to discuss about the basic process, because those we are not interested at all, right? So that is one query. So maybe how many classes you are going to take for the inbound, outbound, all this process. So because we are not interested at all, maybe I can give session on that, right? So because this is EWM technical, so that's why I just want to know. So like, because that will be not utilizing our time, right? So that is one
Yeah,
query. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Please tell me, then I will ask another. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Since almost all the people belongs to the functional area, functional side, right? So we'll not discussing anything in detail. Okay, so I will run one end-to-end scenario within a 10 minutes. Okay, what are the documents created, and we'll be discussing what are the underlying technical things, and we'll be writing the program for that. Okay, so no
Okay.
explanation. What is the product? What is the master data? What is the
Yeah,
transaction data? Will
what is the process type, put away strategy?
yeah,
We're
we'll be
not
not
needed
discussing.
that here. Yeah.
Yes, right. Hardly each one 10 minutes only, because we need to run one test case, right? End-to-end test case. And same thing will be running with our custom programs as well, right? So we need to see that
Yeah.
how the backend program is working.
Okay. Now another query is that, so like, so for PPF or RF, are we
Mhm.
going to, like, you will explain the theory, that is fine. You will explain the config, okay, that is fine. You will explain the technicalities, but we need to know it from the scratch also. Suppose we are going to develop, suppose one maybe two field in some existing screen, or maybe a new screen. How to do that? So you can explain that we have to do this, that is fine. But if you can show us by some doing some example, maybe that may take some time, but that would be helpful. So what is the approach you are going to take?
Everything is an example or scenario driven. Okay, first we'll be discussing one scenario, a simple scenario, and then what are the things we need to do, and we'll be doing same thing also. Okay, it's not like
Oh,
a theoretical.
scenario means, sorry, sorry to interrupt. Scenario means, like, scenario you discuss, but are we going to implement that, develop that code, the
Yes,
scenario that you
obviously.
are going?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we'll discuss scenario first. Okay, then what are the things we need to do? Then we'll implement. It's an
Yeah,
example
because
scenario and implementation. Everything we'll be seeing.
this
Okay.
RF thing I know like little bit, and this is quite complicated. I can also explain, but if you're going to do it in a scratch, maybe some existing one, those
E-
are the details we need to know, right? So where we have
e-
to add exactly, where we have to add, whether it will be background processing, foreground processing, how to add the function code, subscreen. So those details. So we are going it with some example, right?
Everything is example plus coding. We are going to write the coding. Okay. Okay. You can see that here. These are the programs. Okay. So we'll be discussing the coding, and this is related to RF. This is for RF. Okay. And this is the monitor logic. So everything will be writing. Okay. It's not like blindly discussing one configuration. Okay. These are the steps done. It's not like that. We'll be
And
implementing
PPF
everything.
also, we will implement the PPF, right? We'll
Yes,
make
yes,
the, because
PPF,
in
RF monitor, three.
because yeah, we'll implement, and in PPF there are two things, right? Schedule condition, start condition. So we're going to
Yes,
implement the bodies, write the code inside, and then trigger it, how it works, right?
yes, obviously. Even troubleshooting also. Let's say something is not working, we have to troubleshoot it, right? So we'll be writing the coding. So we'll be discussing step by step what you need to do. Okay, everything.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, and last query is that, like, in this EWM, it is because I was checking on document. I also know that their coding perspective, that there are service classes available, right? And we have to
Mm.
call those service class in order to get the delivery detail, HU detail. So because I am not very convenient, like I know in the object oriented programming, so we can understand, right, the syntax when you are going to write it, or do you need the knowledge on these things, right? How it what is needed actually? Yeah.
Okay. So since you guys at least understand some basic ABAP things, right? So it is
Yes,
not
yes, yeah,
necessary
that
that
I know.
yeah, so it is not necessary that you should have the in-depth knowledge. Okay, so first time it is new for you. Okay, next time you can easily understand, right? First time writing this logic, let's say, okay, I will explain that. Okay, this
Mm,
is the method in content some logic. We need to supply input like this. And next time I am writing,
mm,
we no need to discuss again because you guys are already aware of it, right? Whenever you see the syntax in some other program, you can understand, okay, this is the method, this will do that thing, okay, done, like that. Okay,
Mm.
if something is
And
new,
the
then
service, okay, and the service class architecture also you are going to discuss, right?
yeah,
And
service.
the stocks, if you think of the stock architecture, so in EWM I guess it is based on some, because IW0102, so how these tables work actually, right? How the stock is retrieved, and so those things also we'll get to know, right?
Yeah, so as
The
an example,
lime structure and all these things.
yeah, there are two things. So I will explain up to some extent here. Stock management basically dealing with the EWM solution, right?
Mm,
And SAP provided some higher level service classes and methods, okay, through which whether stock is belongs to within a bin or in a HU or in a resource, okay, everything it will give that, okay, so that we can understand, okay, the stock is currently located on HU, maybe on the bin directly without any HU because unpacked stock, maybe on the resource. So everything SAP standard classes will give us, okay, and
mm,
stock management is a special management in EWM, okay, that is called as a LIME,
mm.
right? Lean Inventory Management
Yeah.
Engine. Okay,
Yes,
we have
yes,
the
yes, yeah.
several tables underlying this one, and that is purely
Mm.
GUID based. That is one of the important aspect. GUIDs in EWM. Okay,
Yes, yeah.
so we'll be
Global unique
discussing in detail.
identification. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. So in which tables? Yeah, some of the tables we cannot see GUIDs, but some of the tables we can see. So what is the significance of this one? We'll be seeing.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Those things actually. How this
Yeah.
GUID works. And if you
Yeah.
see in stock, there are four tables like I01, I02, I03. So why the structure? I was
Yeah.
reading, there was a technical book. I was reading there that the EWM storage is based on location. So there is a location, then there is HU, and the stock remains under that. So the
Right.
stock is stored on a HU level everywhere, even if it is only product, but they create a dummy HU and then store it, something like that. Maybe we don't visibly, we don't see it, right, at the UI level, something like
Yeah.
that,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
So the
those
thing is,
things we will discuss, right? Yeah.
stock management will be discussing. I regarding the tables, right? We must not
Mhm.
query any table directly in EWM. That
Okay,
is
okay.
purely a dangerous thing. That how the arrangement of the hierarchy of that particular stock, like data, is related in a stock tables. Okay, any other
Hmm.
data, either a delivery or warehouse task or maybe physical inventory document. Okay, any other data we can directly pull from the database tables because there is a clear relation between the tables. Okay, but coming to
Hmm.
the stock, just we told you, right? So sometimes HU is a dummy HU, sometimes the actual HU, sometimes on the
Yeah.
resource, right? Because maybe some of the times the stock still on the resources, maybe forklift or maybe some vehicle itself, right?
Yeah.
So we cannot clearly establish the relation because it is a recursive. Okay,
Yeah.
that IW01 stock or quant, even we have the direct quants we can get from the quant table, right?
Okay.
And aqua table. Okay, but even some of the scenarios we can directly pull the data, and some scenarios it gets failed. Okay, that's why.
Hmm.
So SAP clearly given certain service classes where your stock is located. You supply your material number, or you supply your bin, or you supply some plant, you supply some partner. It will
Hmm.
establish the relation between those tables dynamically. Even it's not statically, it's not directly pulling the data. Even they will use
Hmm.
some loop and end loop, and what is the data, step one, okay, it is not able to find, step two, it is not able to find, like that it will go. Okay,
Hmm.
even we
Hmm.
can try to query those, we can go inside that particular classes and method, we can try search the logic, but still that is not at all recommended. Only the thing is exclusively for stock management directly using the classes and methods. Okay, we
Hmm.
can get all this data there, we can analyze, okay, this is on resource, this is on the HU, this is on the bin, like that.
Hmm. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Because I just want to tell one of my experiences that I worked in a support project also. So I
Hmm.
found that EWM is a very inconsistent system. So there are a lot of time. What will happen? We have to take the debug access and update at the table level. Then only it gets corrected. Something like that. It happens in the production system, and it's a
Uh-huh.
very large company for which I worked. So it's a worldwide
Okay.
company, but still there also this is and maybe because of this vastness, these inconsistencies there, maybe I'm not sure your experience. So is it is it the same thing, or how what do you think?
Yeah,
is
let me explain.
inconsistency. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
please.
EWM technical architecture has been divided into two things. Okay, one is the BOP side. Okay, business object processing framework. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the special type of programming. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what it is, let me quickly explain. So program means simply give some input. It will pull some data from the tables, either display or do some action, right? Any program. Okay, so simply some input and data retrieve, and then maybe display or update, right? This is the program, nothing is right. And here these operations, data retrieval and updates and kind of thing, we can keep it on function model. We can call this function model here, right? So the size of the program reduced right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's say
Yes.
these two parts or maybe individual part, I can move it to FM, then my program size is going to be obviously reduced.
Mm-hmm.
So very here my program is going to be, so simply input my program specific and call FM. That's it. We're able to do these operations. Okay. Later what will happen? Object oriented program is encountered. Now the same piece of logic I kept in a class and method. Okay. Here now my program, this is my program again. It is having some input and call method. That's it. Okay. This is the procedure oriented programming. This is the normal programming. Okay. This is the normal programming. And this is a, I can call it a procedure oriented programming. I'm choosing different color. And this is object oriented programming. Okay, now this is extended with called as a service programming. Okay, this is my program input call service. Okay, this service is called as a, either earlier it is called as a BOL. Okay, this is business object layer, we can call it as a business object. Okay, business object layer and the generic interaction layer. I think you guys are already aware of SRM and CRM system, right?
Yeah, in CRM, this I like I have not worked, but in CRM project, this BOL genuine was there in one of the
Yeah,
project.
okay.
Yeah.
That is the next level programming from the SAP. Okay, they keep on changing their program architecture. Okay, so if you're aware of every table and everything, you can implement your solution. That is fine. But what the problem is reusability issue, right? The same piece of logic may be needed for other program. So again, we need to write every logic. So instead, if you're writing somewhere in the function module, you can call this one here, and the same function module we can call in another program also, right? There is reusability. The main thing is a, instead we can say maintainability, very easy. If you do changes in one location, it can reflect everywhere, right? Maintainability and reusability advantages.
So EWM use this BOL approach, right?
No, there is one more actually, but there are several problems with this architecture because it is not a fully matured architecture. Okay, but what is the advantage of this one is along with the calling service, because here also we have the call method, here also we have call service, there is no difference, same piece of logic right here. But extra advantage here is, okay, the thing is UI designed automatically. Okay, automatically means you create one business object and there is a widget they will give you, and if you want to build one UI application, simply give your business object, next click on next button, one report will generate it. That's it. No need to write any program separately. On top of the business object, within a fraction of seconds you can build a report. Okay, I want these selections fields and this, I want this output done. Okay, everything will be already there in the logic. Okay,
Okay,
so
so
that means program
this is the
development.
business object, because I heard there are a lot of candidate with skill business object. Is this the business object skill, or is it something else?
Yeah,
Or
business object means sales order is a business object. Okay, purchase order is a one business object. Just assume how many different kinds of reports on the sales order data. Ideally, maybe if you see one client, maybe 10 or 20 reports, right, at least. Okay, list of sales
yeah,
order
yeah.
for a customer, list of sales order for material, list of sales order for something else, list of sales order for something. How many we are creating
Yeah,
reports? Maybe tens of reports. So
yeah,
how much
individual
time it will
report.
take
Yeah,
for build a report? But if you have the business
yeah.
order for sales order, hardly 10 minutes is sufficient to create a report. What are the input you give, what are the output you want? That's it. So lot of like lot of dependent objects time will be reduced. Okay.
So I just since you are talking, so I just want to know here. So
Mhm,
like because in our normal maybe ERP, so if we
mhm.
can we implement this business object or is there any extra add-in required? And because in normal program we write it in SE38. So these
Right,
business
correct.
objects where you are right or how it happens actually or
Okay. So since it is a CRM and SRM tools are using, okay, they have the dedicated T code. I think I'm not remember BOB, I
oh,
think.
okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And now we have the concept called as a BOPF. Okay. The same whatever we have POL and GNL has been implemented with a much complex tender stability. They have given a new programming architecture that is called as a business object programming framework. Okay. And one more thing I would like to explain here, UI, right? So that UI is a web application we can build apps. Okay. And what is the technology behind BSP, Business Server Pages? It is a web application we can build. Okay. And coming to here, BOPF, FPM applications will be designed. Okay, will be designed automatically. We don't need to write any logic. Okay, every logic in the BOPF object, business object, simply generate reports on top of it. Okay, so this is a new programming mode. Okay, but what are the different SAP?
Oh,
Okay,
so
SAP
BOPF is used in ERP system or
TM,
for using TM. So they are
transportation.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, okay.
transportation management is fully on BOPF. It's completely on BOPF.
Mm,
Okay,
mm.
so maybe we can run the BOBX transaction. Maybe let me show you here
Okay,
itself.
so this is web based, right? But EWM is not on BOPF, right?
Semi BOPF. I will explain that one too. Okay.
Okay.
So here you can see business object SCM TMS, and
This
here
is which system is for HANA ERP system or TM system?
yes for HANA embedded system. It is having the EWM and TM also along with ERP.
Oh, EWM, TM, ERP, all thing is there. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, continue.
Here, yeah, this is the business object, right? If you see here, this is the one of the node. Here you can see the underlying table, and this is the hierarchical representation of the data. Okay, how the tables are related also we can see here itself. Okay, this is the header table and this is the table, and let me go to items. This is the item table. Okay, header and item related, and item to something else is related, like this. Complete data relationship maintained at the this business object level. Okay, and so, anyhow it is a bigger concept, but I would like to give on a
Yeah,
like, small heads up on this
but
one. Okay.
in EWM also this architecture is not followed, right?
Not fully, I will explain that one too. Okay,
Okay, okay,
so
okay.
this is another approach. But now coming to the EWM, it is a semi BOPF, not everywhere. Semi BOPF. Okay, so EWM we can divide into three things. Okay, delivery processing. Okay, warehouse processing, others. Okay, so delivery processing. Deliveries we can call as a warehouse request, right? WHR.
Hmm.
Warehouse request. Okay, it could be inbound delivery, outbound delivery, production material request. Okay, stock transfer request, or maybe transfer posting request. Right, we have a couple of documents that are purely for deliveries. So all the deliveries in short name we are calling it the WHR. Okay, but very rarely we use this terminology, warehouse request. Okay, and here warehouse processing. So we have the warehouse order and warehouse task. We have the two, WO and WT. Okay, this is the heart of the EWM system, right? Whatever the work we want to do, first we should have the document. Okay, so warehouse will be doing only one activity, move the item here to there to here, that's it, right? Wherever, maybe location would be different. One is from truck to our GR zone, maybe GI zone to truck, maybe internally we are moving from this rack to that rack, or maybe we are trying to pack, that means move the item from one box to another box. Everywhere it's a material movement, right? Every material movement activity will be tracking in the warehouse task, right? It contain only source and target, right? What we are having in the warehouse task: source location, target location, and what is the product, how much quantity, and what is the batch. Okay, that is the information. And warehouse order, how that particular activity is going to be executed by whom, right? So this is the header information, warehouse order, when warehouse task, actual activity, correct? So these two. And what is the others? Maybe stock arrangement, right? and interface documents. Let's say, for example, goods movement documents kind of thing, right? Because it is exchanging here and there and here, and the stock information, any other documents. Okay. Now this delivery processing is a BOPF driven. Okay, not full, that to semi BOP driven. Okay, and this is normal FM and classes driven. Okay, so I will show you that one too. So we have to go with a different transaction code. Not this one. BOPF star config. Yeah, this is the T code. Okay, execute. Okay, now we need to open. Here you can see that everything is a delivery thing. FDO, final delivery, inbound delivery request, outbound delivery request, inbound delivery, PDO, outbound delivery, expected goods receipt notification, correct? So these are all deliveries. Let me open the inbound delivery. Okay, even it looks also like a business object, but it's not fully business object. Okay, you can see header table, item table, but you can see where is the database table here? No. Okay, and click on the item, there is no database table. Okay, so they try to implement the BOP for this one, but later instead of making it a more complex, they have given as a normal item. That means while consuming will access like using the classes and methods or function modules only. Okay, but coming to the TM system, when BOPF is behind, we should use a different classes and method. That is a generic classes and method we should use to bring the data. Okay, any data, either it is a freight order or a freight unit or container unit, whatever it may be. But coming to the EWM, okay, architecture is designed based on the BOPF, but still we are consuming like a normal classes and methods. Okay, so that means here, okay, so SAP built like this, but program will be consuming like this. Okay, that is a semi BOPF. Okay, so maybe it is a too much complex. Do not go into the deep on this one BOPF, but ideally for us it is still simply classes and methods only. How to consume data, how to retrieve the data, and everything. Okay, so delivery processing objects only delivery related, and rest of the things remain normal functional classes we'll be using to pull the data or push the data. Okay, clear like how the architecture is evolving from one to another.
Yes.
Yeah, and now we have one more actually in what we can say. Yes, for RESTful web programming. Okay, so BOPF is also is changed to behavioral definition. Okay, it's a keep on evolving. We don't know, like it is nothing is new, nothing is higher, because keep on evolving, right? We cannot say it is a new or it is a like robust programming. Still SAP keep on evolving and keep on adding the new features and changing the entire programming architecture. They're coming with a new design, application design. Earlier only GA application, later web developer application, later coming into the FPM, later BSP applications. Now they are coming as a UFA application. Now they are taking the Fiori application. Next in a Node.js, something they were telling. In future they may say one more thing. Okay, there is no
But
stuff
the
for.
thing is, for the EWM, so
Mhm,
if they do this new framework, they are
mhm.
doing on new product, right? Not on existing product. Like in EWM, whatever you are seeing, maybe for the if you see last 10 years ago, the same thing is there. The same type of coding is done till now, right? Or is it change also?
Change drastically, right? One second.
Change means this class and these things, PPF, this body, all these things are there 15 years ago also, right? And we are also doing it now also. So
Okay,
the
let me
like
explain
what?
that part. Okay, so these are the tools. Okay, here what are the different purpose? SAP Monitor, basically it is a centralized reporting tool, correct? SAP Monitor. So all EWM data we can see in a monitor, correct? So the data is also classified or grouped. Inbound process, what are the different documents? Outbound process, what are the different documents, like this? And the post processing framework, so this is also changed. How can I say that? In ECC we have the output management, subroutine based, correct? We had a
Yeah,
NACE
yeah.
transaction, right? Now it is a changed PPF now. So architecture is changed, right? And SAP Monitor, Now we are using the
No,
SAWM
I
for
am
the
I am
transaction.
talking about only the EWM product. In EWM component, if you think, these things were 10 years ago now also. So this new approach, what you are telling, RESTful API, those things, they are not applying those in EWM, right? Maybe in some new product they are applying those, right? Or
What meant by applying it?
applying means like they develop a new framework, RESTful. Okay, and now our EWM, whatever coding is done in EWM, so we will apply this RESTful. They cannot do
Okay.
it, right? The whole thing need to be then changed. Then,
Okay.
or maybe
So
I am not sure, so that's why I am asking.
yeah,
How is
have you
it
seen
actually?
differences in ERP to S4HANA? There is no
As
change in
for
a purchase order. There is no sales order. But where is the change? The accessing of the application is changed, right? Earlier we used to run it from the GUI. Now we are able to run it from the Fear Launchpad. Correct?
launchpad also, yes.
Yeah.
Both are
Tables not changed.
available. Yeah,
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 right.
yeah.
Tables not changed. Okay. And wherever the table is there, we must write select query only. Correct. That is also not
Mm.
changed. But where we are using the transaction is changing. Okay, only front end faced. What user is directly running the transaction, there is a change. Okay, here monitor is
Mhm.
directly running, right? So that means change it to Fury, and PPF is a back end. We cannot run directly, right? Ideally, but reprocessing the
Mhm.
PPF is different. We can develop a Fury application for that. But this is the behind technology. And RF, it is completely going forward. It's not at all used because Fury applications are coming into place. Okay, because Sphere application can run on any device and it can adjust automatically based on the device size, right? If the device size is
Oh,
small,
so
automatically,
RF will be changed then, like RF technology will become obsolete then, huh?
yeah, right, correct. ITS, right, right. ITS and RF will be completely obsolete. They're coming with the Sphere applications now.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so there is user interaction transactions are going for changing drastically, but what are the behind, right? That's still running on as it is.
Mm, okay.
So wherever can be applied, they're doing changes it. Even here, Fiori app reference library we have, right? SAP Fiori app reference library. Let it run. It will take time. Okay. Oh, coming very quickly. Hmm. Okay. I'll accept. Now, here you can see that line of business. Okay. So I think this is the new version. So that's why these many applications, sales 659. Okay. Source and procurement, supply chain 804. In a 1609 or a 1709 at the time, right? 1610 or something. Very few transactions, very few applications here. In finance only, we have the around 300 plus. Rest of things hardly 50, 80 like that.
Mm,
Now coming to the new version, how many transactions they are increased? Okay, that means they keep on changing the existing GUI transaction to new Fiori enabled. Okay, they will be developing new transaction and assign to the new versions. Okay, now it is at 2021, right? I think maybe go to the supply chain. Okay, so we can run maybe warehouse task. We'll see anything. Yeah, analyze the warehouse task. This is the one 2021. This one and desktop tablet. Yeah, database, and this is the SAP peer application. You can see that they build it in a older version. It was not there. From only 2021 it is available. 2020 it is not available. 1909 not available. Okay, they keep on adding the new transaction peer applications to it. Okay, and it's for cloud side. You'll see that appearance also will appear, right? Maybe process warehouse task. This is SAP peer element. This is also new application type. Okay, and this is available from 2020 itself. We can see if you're implementing S4HANA 2020, this application is available, but it won't be available because it is in a 2021. Okay, and it looks like this. I think you guys are all aware of this one. Just wanted to give some heads up on this one. Okay. So technical architecture being changed only respective area wherever it is applicable. Ideally in the user interaction side only, not behind logic syntaxes are changed. Okay, so there is a change in the logic. Let me show that one too. Okay, above new syntax program. Okay. Mm, okay, there are small examples. Okay, yeah. Now we can see Okay, this is syntax. This syntax is not available in the older version. Okay, what is the purpose of this one is filling the internal table. Okay, so ideally in a older ABAP system, we are using the append statement to fill the internal table. Okay, record by record. Okay, not all the record at one shot, only record by record we can fill it using the append statement. Now in S4HANA system, okay, that is a ABAP version, that is a 7.4 onwards, ABAP 7.4 and a greater. So we have the new syntaxes. Lot of syntaxes have been changed. Okay, this is the one of the syntax to fill multiple record at one shot to the internal table. Okay,
So this
so
syntax, just since you are talking, how can I know, like, if I want to learn this new syntax, like where from standard I can get it, like in help or where?
yeah, we have the several blogs where they are comparing with the old and new syntaxes. Okay, we'll provide that
Okay.
blog details as well. Okay, what is the old syntax and what is the corresponding new syntax? Okay,
Mm, okay. Okay.
so yes, okay, so yeah, coming to your question. So first thing is processes. Will not taking much time on this one, just will running the end-to-end scenarios. Okay, next thing is coming to the stock management. This is a very complex architecture inside. We no need to go into the deep, but we'll discussing about the tables and relations, and but ideally we'll be relying on the classes and methods to pull the stock details. Okay, and coming to the this programming like a BOPF programming for this one, EWM behind in one area is a BOPF driven, but actually our programming will be still using like a normal programming. Okay, like this only. We no need to touch any other thing. Okay, these rest of the two are not relevant for EWM. Okay, okay, only this one will be using this one and this one. Okay, so I think clear, right? Any questions on this one?
Yeah, yeah, clear to some extent, yeah.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay, yes, I think any other having question on this one till now what we are saying? Yeah, okay. So next thing is a integration. So integration, you know, right, from ERP to EWM integration. So either it is an embedded system or maybe decentralized, but data being transferred using the QRFCs. Okay, so queued RFC technology it is using till. So we'll be seeing that how the QRFC is working, how to troubleshoot the stacked queues, and how to configure the queues. Okay, we'll be seeing. Okay, this is about the integration. And the data model in the APIs is nothing but what are the tables and relationships and what are the classes and methods we'll be using for that. Okay, that is the data model and APIs. Okay, so this is about some elaborate things about this particular tools. Here you can see. Okay, so even enhancements also part of this one. I think I missed it, right? So sorry. Enhancements is also there. What happened?
Yeah, so we'll be doing that EEWB or something, right? So those example also you will be going and how to add a field in the delivery structure, show it in the
Yes.
EWM, update it, and then so those things also you are going with
Yeah, we'll be
example,
seeing,
right?
right? Yeah, we'll be seeing that one, right? I think 1 second. Let me see. Mm, okay, that okay. Screenshot is not there. Yes, we'll be seeing that one. Delivery level, what are the enhancements, and warehouse task level, what are the enhancement, and storage process determination, what are the enhancements, strategy determination, and while integrating the data between ERP and EWM, if you want to transfer any custom data, so what are the things we need to do? We'll be seeing that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So any questions? Any questions? So basically first, okay, even I would like to give you that how we are going to proceed. First, we'll be seeing the technical overview. So technical overview means so code snippets like each and every area. Okay, what are the different tables? Okay, and what are the relation between the tables and outbound flow? What are the tables and relation between the tables? Okay, we'll be discussing like okay, and then classes and methods. What are the different classes and method function models we'll be using for performing the various operation, either retrieval or creating or changing. Okay, so here you can see that class and method corresponding methods how we'll be using. Okay, and this explanation I think not much required you guys because you guys are related to functional, right? So this is my information. And then we'll be start programming it. Once we'll be discussing this theoretical part, then we'll start doing the programs. Okay, so how to supply the input and how to pull the data. In the debugging will be showing that okay, this is the input passing and this is the output we'll be receiving, and we'll be explaining that how to even data architecture is a little bit complex. Okay, so we'll be discussing that one because we'll be reading the GUID values from the database and we'll be converting into normal values. Okay, how we'll be doing. Okay, so that we'll be seeing here. Okay, program, what are the essential parameters for function models and methods. Here you can see. Okay, like this. So once technical value can completed, then we must do the practice because this piece of logic will be using in all other areas. Okay, it's in a PPF, RF, or monitor. The same piece of core logic we're going to copy and paste, and we'll be writing the extra logic over there. Okay, this is the most important here. Okay, get the warehouse task and everything, HU details and everything, and so these are the couple of programs. Even we'll be giving these programs in advance to you guys. Maybe you guys are already working in the respective projects, right? If you want to know already in your existing objects what is the logic, maybe you can check over there. Okay, this is a piece of logic. You can work in your objects also. Okay, you can see that one. Okay.
Yeah. So what is the last point? Like these are the sample programs which you
These are
will
the sample
provide, right?
programs. Yeah, right. Inbound process, outbound side, physical inventory, and internal. So all the programs will be giving in advance. This is the core logic wherever we are using. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, that's from my end. Any questions? Maybe any things you want to know, like about our training and everything?
Yeah. So what is the duration? When it will be done? Timing?
Yeah. So duration actually 30 hours. Okay, 30 to 45 hours. It won't take much time. Okay, since because lot of time we can reduce and we can focus on the technical things because you guys are already functional, right? So we'll be discussing more on the technical side. Maybe anywhere you stuck, we'll try to explain on the technical side as well. So 30 to 45 hours on this one. So based on your availability, maybe daily. It's a weekly day, weekdays. Okay. So it 1 to 1.5 hours. Okay. And if it's a weekend, okay, we'll try to make it 2 to 3 hours. Okay, based on your availability. And maybe timings also I would like to explain. If it is a weekdays, maybe morning, okay, 6 to 8. Okay, and if it is evening, still I have to finalize this timings. Okay, I need to see this one. And if it is a weekend, maybe 9 to 11 in the morning. Okay, this one, 9 to 11 or 9 to 12. Okay, hello. Maybe so we'll finalize the timing based on the discussion with all the folks and with Naveen. Okay, we can confirm on the timings. So
And this will you will show in the demo system, right? Not in your client system. Yeah,
training
like
system only, yeah.
in
But we have a
training
lot of
system.
plenty of the data because functional people also working on the same system. Okay, so we have the
Hmm.
much data over there.
And also
Hi
like
Raj, sorry, there are some background noise actually. I don't know.
Uh,
okay, yeah. So just a query. So the candidates will also be provided server access.
yes, right. So we'll be discussing everything in an Excel sheet, right? It will be shared. Okay, then PPTs and SAP Pressbook. I think you guys are all have a Pressbook kind of thing. So any things will be shared. Okay, then video shared and system access provided. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Fine, yeah.
Any more questions? Any more questions?
Yeah, Raj, so I had one doubt that I
Yes,
wanted to
yes.
ask.
Yeah.
Suppose we are adding some field
Mhm.
somewhere, so what all the tables that will get involved there means there. So how do we find that means that you already saw that there are some tables and relationships. So that will be useful, or we need to identify
Yeah.
it separately.
Yeah, that is also we'll be discussing. Okay, exclusively this EW structure. Okay, will not directly add any field to the table, but instead either it is a delivery table or warehouse task table or HU table. Okay, so we'll be adding the respective field to the EW structure. So it will reflect in either a monitor, PPF, or wherever it is used. Okay, the main advantage of this one is we don't need to do much development activities here. Do one location, it will reflect everywhere, but it will not give any runtime error kind of thing. Okay, they did like that. Okay, SAP provide in such a way that so use this EW structures in every table, add your fields, and it will be available throughout your developments. Okay, that is a good thing here, but ERP does not have like this kind of thing. Okay, because we need to add fields and multiple tables in order to run end-to-end scenario, but here only one location, that is enough. Everywhere it will be reflected. Even we no need to do the logic here, right? Ideally, when you're adding the field, we need to fill the data, right? And we need to retrieve somewhere like that, right? But here only one location you have to write, either filter or modifying. Rest of the location automatically it is available. Okay, maybe you can see during the examples of the enhancements. Okay, how it is advantageous. Okay. So any questions?
Yeah, my last question. So now actually I am in a like my project is very in a tight schedule. So when you are going to start this session?
Next week itself, yeah. If every all are okay, then next week itself will start.
And maybe after this, I am talking about after this batch, you will do again some other batch also, right?
Yeah, right.
Because the coming 1.5 months or 2 months, I will be busy, so I'm not sure.
Okay, okay,
Maybe
okay.
in next batch I can do then, right?
Yes,
And
right.
if I want to contact you, I can contact through this number, right? Who has contacted
Naveen,
me?
yes, right.
Your name is Raj, so if I
Right.
tell Raj, you can identify, right?
Could you please repeat?
Yeah, so suppose maybe after 2-3 months I want to do your training, so I will ask you. The trainer was Raj, right? Your name
Right,
is
correct.
Raj.
Yes, right. Yes, right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. So any more questions?
I just had a doubt. Sorry for that. I could not get it clarified. I guess I think so. What is this EEW structure there? Exactly? I missed that.
Yeah, okay, let me show you one table. Okay. So now we can see that this is okay. This is delivery related item structure, and this is there in almost all the tables. Okay. So here we need to add the fields. Whenever you're adding the field, right, automatically it will be reflected in your monitor or PPF or RF. Okay, wherever you're using, you can simply use that particular field. Okay, this is delivery item table. Okay, let me go to warehouse task SCWM ORDIM underscore O. So here it is related to warehouse task related. Okay, here we need to add the field. Okay, EW structures, easy enhancement workbench. Okay, and similar to HU. Actually, these are the three tables we're mostly using this enhancement fields. This is the main data, right? Here you can see that. Okay. So what is the advantage? Let me show you for the delivery. Okay, let me open any of the delivery //SAWM PRDI. Let me take any purchase order. Okay, JW01. Yes, okay. So when you add the field over there, it will be automatically available here. Okay, so we no need to write any logic. Okay, automatically that field is available. Let me go to change layout. So there are some custom fields here. Okay, maybe technical properties are not displaying. One second, this is header level, right? Let me find an item level. I think we can add it. Click on it. Yeah, I think here we can see. So where is the change layout? Okay, now here you can see that plant story location. These are the custom fields. Okay, what are the fields you have added at the table level and it contains some data, then automatically it will be displayed. You don't need to write single line of code here in the monitor transaction, or like sorry, PRDI or PRDO transaction level. Okay, so by default they're already using that particular structure here. Whenever you're added field in one location, automatically reflected here like that. Okay, so you can see these are all custom fields, delivery item group something. Okay, EW, easy enhancement workbench, EW.
Okay,
Okay,
fine. So this like this we can add in work centers also there, right?
yeah, right, in underlying table, right.
Mm.
So there is one more thing. Okay, EWB is different. Okay, this is easy enhancement workbench. Okay, this is actually a transaction code. Okay, to enhance the master data objects. Master data objects. Okay, whatever I explained till now is delivery. Okay, warehouse task and HU. These are the transactional data, right? Ideally, transactional data. Okay, and SAP is already provided. But coming to here, if you want to enhance the material master, okay, so what it will do, this particular T code, we can extend the tables, okay, and we can enhance the transaction code at one shot. That means you will add the fields and automatically that fields will be displayed on the T code level. Okay, not only material master, even for business partner. Okay, so this is different, this is different. This is EW structures for adding the fields related to respective table. Okay, and this one is for a tool through which we can enter the only master data objects in EWM. Okay, metal master and business partner ideally. Okay, these two are two different topics.
Okay, so actually I was asking about the work centers. So work center means
Okay,
is the
work
structure
center,
there?
yeah, work center enhancement means what kind of enhancements you are actually doing? Any new tab you're adding,
Yeah, like
or
any new field based on the material, like along with the HU, I want to see the other details also there, which is not generally available in the work center. So like,
okay, so there is some development approach is needed. First, we need to add the fields. Okay, this is one activity. This is activity one. Okay, first enhance at the add the fields.
Yeah,
Okay,
Raju, sorry to interrupt. Maybe I am fine, so I am dropping off. Huh? Thank
okay,
you for
okay,
the
yeah.
session.
Thank you.
It was nice talking to you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
okay. So we will quickly closing it in under 5 minutes. Okay,
Yeah, okay. Bye.
okay, yeah. Those fields like this. Okay, these are the things we'll be doing that. Okay,
okay,
so work center enhancements
yeah,
with development activities also needed.
yeah. So in this case, we need the all the table details and the logic there. Right?
Right, obviously, correct.
Mm. So those tables, how will we find through dump and means through analysis there? Or means is there any other way?
Not necessary. If you're doing it, handling unit, right?
Yeah.
HU table, HUHDR table, and
Yeah, for
HU.
example, I will just give example like with the handling unit, I want to see the customer also there. Means, if it is not available, I want to see that also like that.
Okay, so directly there is no direct link between the HU and customer. Okay, but HU header to HU item. Okay, this is also we'll be discussing this with the delivery is linked, delivery the partner. These are the things. Okay, even delivery we don't have directly in the header level. Okay, delivery item level in the partner. It is a sold to party customer. Ship to party header level. So first we need to observe this relation. So that's why we'll be giving the priority to this one. Okay, so the relation between the tables. So first to almost 5 to 6 classes we'll be discussing the tables and relations. Okay, so here you can see that handling unit and delivery link. Okay, so what are the tables are linked? So you'll get all the essential data. Okay,
Yeah,
clear?
thanks, Raj. Yeah, please.
Oh, yeah, okay. So any more questions? So yeah, okay. So I think timings and everything will be can discuss with Naveen. Okay, so based on the confirmation, we can go ahead. Okay. So if no question, then we can wind up. Okay, guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thanks,
much.
Raj. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Raj.
Thanks for your time. Okay. Yeah, we'll meet soon. Thank you, guys. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.